and we're not going to go into that because we have a lot of other things to do, but this book I highly recommend. One individual at a level 700, which is way, 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 way up there. Most people, only 4% of the population is over 500. That's the state of love. That's the state of knowing and love, and that would be like theta and delta brainwaves, where you're just really open to everything and you're out of your ego. The ego is the lower part where you're in beta brain and you're in the different place. So 700 people, 700 level, one individual can balance 70 million people that are in that lower level. One person. Think about the effect, the power that we have as we go into love, as we go into hope and faith and just being nice to each other, just plain being happy and healthy. Think how wonderful that is. So, there's hope. Yes.
What's the name of that book again?
It's Power versus Force by David Hawkins. I have one at the booth. You all know, I'm sure you've all seen this about the messages in water. Okay. And this is done by Dr. Emoto, and he did studies of the crystallization of water when it was given different messages. Yeah. Your water is, I mean, your body is 70% water, at least 78% water. So, what should you do when you drink the water? Love the water, right? Say thank you to the water. I think it's wisdom. I think that picture is wisdom, but there are so many others in here that are beautiful. You can look at some of these later. Well, here's a good example of good and the bad. This is heavy metal music, and this is that's right.
Isn't he doing like a microwave in water too?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, microwave. Oh, lots of. You can look through this book. It's amazing. Yeah. It's great. If somebody doesn't believe you, there's nothing like proof. You know, for this kind of thing. They're just gorgeous pictures in here. In the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? I hope he didn't. He didn't get it and see it. It was a really important movie. I saw it about 10 times, and I still want to see it again. I just reordered it so I could have it on DVD. What the Bleep Do I Know? Do we know?
Thank you.
What the Bleep? Yeah. It was done probably 8 years ago. I don't know. 7 or 8 years. Really important movie. Really. Because it has a trumped-up story, and that's fine, but it has all these amazing scientists that are heart-centered. You can just feel that they really want to make a change in the world, and they're not just coming from their heart even though they're doing studies. You can just feel that they're caring people. That's what it takes. So in the movie, one of the things was, you fool, they said, I hate you, or you fool, or something. It's sort of like this one. This one is water, that's you fool, and this one is you're cute. I'll pass it around. So just remember, when you're drinking water, or giving water to somebody else, hold it for a second. Just say, you're okay. Just say thank you. Or just say love. Or just say whatever is a good word that comes to you from your heart. Right then, I care about you. Whatever. And then drink it, or cup of tea, same thing. You can do this so simply. It's just an easy thing to do. We just need to be conscious that we have power way beyond our physical bodies. Power that is so big. Okay, so and then the other book I want to tell you about is you want to know about spirited herbalism and spirited living. This is the best book I know. This series touches my heart and everybody's heart that's ever read it, more than any I can ever tell you. It's called Anastasia. This is the first book in the series of Ringing Cedars of Russia. It's only been in the country like 3 or 4 years. I've been reading them for at least that long. They're now becoming popular all of a sudden. And I've been trying to get people to read these for 3 years. There are 9 in the series. It sold 10 million copies in Russia before it came here. And now it's like on the top of the bestseller list in this field, spirituality. But this woman lives in the Siberian forest by herself, taking care by the animals, so she's one. And she knows everything. She's not studied a thing. She knows everything. And she's healing the world from there. I get chills every time I go by with her ray, which she calls her ray, which she says we all have. Of course, she's studied it since she was one and been with the animals, so she's very much in resonance with the beings around her in the plant, and you know what heals her and whatever. She doesn't have a house. She lives in care of the animals.
Is that her name?
Story. And Fisher's her name. Yeah.
Can you pass that around?
Yeah,
look at it?
sure. Yeah. This is the first book. I recommend you read the first 3 at least before you decide whether you're going to finish them. But they're just, they touch your heart and they're just amazing.
Well, yeah, I've been reading this series, and I mean, I don't know if you noticed this too, but I kind of have to like read only a little bit and then really think about it for a while because there's so much in each chapter.
There's so much
Oh,
in each
yeah.
chapter.
It is
Good to know.
incredible though, and I didn't know anyone else who's ever read them, so I was just so
Oh,
excited to see this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Vladimir is a normal guy. He's the one that she chose to write these books, and I don't know how it all works, because you can feel it when her words come through, can't you? And you can tell the difference. Yeah. And you can feel it when it's his words and not her words. And he's a normal guy, a regular guy, and you can tell that, I mean, she's just such a high level. 700? Yeah, absolutely. She's way up there, okay, as far as levels of consciousness. Oh, okay. And he's probably a lot of the time, you know, he drinks, he smokes, you know, it's just like, oh my gosh. And she's always trying to get him to change. And the first reading, I really couldn't stand him. I was just wanting to strangle him all the time because he's mean. You know, he can be horrible. And then I took a look back at that, and I said, this guy has stuck with this, and he keeps going no matter what. He almost died in book 2. And he just keeps on because he believes in this, and then he little by little, he struggles with knowing. So it shows how hard it is, and this is something that's really important for us all to know, how hard it is to change consciousness. Okay? He struggles right to the end, trying to change his consciousness. He's like, oh my gosh, you have all this wonderful knowledge. Oh, you're rich. Oh, you know, it's just, he goes back and forth and back and forth. It's just amazing. But she does things like, tells you how to plant seeds so that they will connect with your DNA. I mean, these books are beyond words.
Have you tried that? I was wondering.
Yeah, I haven't done it because it's winter, but I'm supposed to let them in the summer. But yeah. Oh, I know people that have. Yeah. I know. Okay. So, and she's suggesting that what people do is get back with family. You know, she talks about the Russian ancestors going back to before Egypt, and she knows all this. She knows it all. She downloads it from what's there. How magic is that? It's because everything is there in the universe. We don't have to study it. When we get to that level, we just know. Do you know how sometimes you just know things? That's because you're on a high level. You're probably in theta state at that time, and you just can feel, okay, I just know this. And then other times you just like, and that's probably when you have low self-concept and you don't know, what am I doing? I don't understand it. So we can do this by intention. Okay, just by intention, by knowing. The more we know, what David Hawkins says in his book, Power versus Force, he says, if people don't read this kind of a book, they might change their consciousness maybe 5% in a lifetime. That's it.